Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I am so grateful you've joined me today, and I can't wait to dive into something that has the power to change your life. Life is not just a series of disconnected events, it's a tapestry of interconnected actions, decisions, and consequences. Sometimes you find yourself in situations that seem unfair, situations where you're misunderstood, overlooked, or even wronged. And yet, as painful as those moments are, they serve a greater purpose. God doesn't waste your suffering. Every tear, every moment of struggle, and every trial has a reason, even if you can't see it right now. You've been placed in someone else's story not as a victim, but as a lesson. Think about that for a moment. Your perseverance, your courage, your refusal to break is teaching someone something. It might be teaching them humility, compassion, or the importance of integrity. Sometimes people learn through observation and you become the example they need, even if it's uncomfortable for you. But let's not romanticize this, it hurts. Being the lesson is rarely pleasant because it demands that you endure what others cannot. It demands that you confront challenges that seem insurmountable. Yet through it all, your actions echo louder than any sermon. Without even realizing it, you are shaping someone's understanding of responsibility, resilience, and faith. There's a powerful paradox in this. Your struggles might not only change them, they refine you. You emerge stronger, clearer, and with a sharper sense of who you are and what you stand for. And in that process, the people around you are left with a choice to rise with you or remain stagnant. You've got to understand that sometimes the people who hurt you are learning too. They're learning through their own actions, through the pain they've caused you, and through the reflection of your resilience. It's not about revenge or vindication, it's about growth, yours and theirs, because God doesn't just use perfect people. He uses the broken, the flawed, the overlooked, and the underestimated to demonstrate His wisdom and power. So if you've been used to teach someone a lesson, take heart. It's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of purpose. You've been chosen for a reason. And while you might not see the full picture now, trust that every moment of pain is part of a divine strategy. God doesn't make mistakes. You are stronger than you think, more influential than you realize, and more integral to the lives of others than you can comprehend. Keep walking, keep fighting, and let your life speak the lessons words cannot. Pain is an inevitable part of life, but it's rarely purposeless. While in the midst of it, pain often feels chaotic, unfair, and unbearable. Yet, it holds a deeper meaning that goes beyond the surface of our immediate suffering. Pain acts as a refining fire, shaping who we are and pushing us to grow in ways we might never have considered. It strips away pretense, forces us to confront our limitations, and reveals the areas where we need to build strength and resilience. What we often overlook is that our pain is not just about us. It becomes a lesson, a beacon, and sometimes even a lifeline for others. When people witness your ability to endure and rise above hardship, they're learning something profound. They see what it means to persevere when the odds are against you, what it looks like to remain grounded in the face of adversity. Your pain, as isolating as it may feel, is not confined to your experience. It ripples outward, affecting those around you in ways you may never fully realize. Pain also awakens a sense of purpose. It clarifies priorities, deepens empathy, and heightens awareness of what truly matters. It teaches you to appreciate strength and resilience, not just in yourself, but in others. Through your struggles, you begin to understand that life is not about avoiding discomfort, but about learning from it, transforming it into a force for growth. You emerge with a deeper understanding of your own capacity to endure and overcome. This transformation doesn't happen overnight, nor is it an easy process. It's hard work. But as you press through the pain, you begin to see its purpose to strengthen you, to prepare you, and to equip you to face greater challenges ahead. And in that process, your journey becomes an example for others, a silent yet powerful testament to the possibility of growth through struggle. Pain, when embraced as a tool rather than a curse, becomes one of life's most profound teachers. Sometimes the most powerful messages are delivered without words. People are always watching, often more closely than we realize. In your struggles, in your victories, and in the way you handle the in-between moments, you become a silent witness to those around you. Your life becomes a story that others observe, interpret, and learn from, even when you aren't aware of it. Your actions during difficult times speak volumes. When you face challenges with grace, perseverance, and courage, others take notice. They might not say anything, and they might not acknowledge it outwardly, but they are learning from the way you carry yourself. They see how you respond to injustice, how you handle failure, and how you rise after being knocked down. These moments of silent strength resonate far beyond what you can imagine. It's not just the triumphs that inspire others, it's the way you handle the struggle. Your ability to keep going when things seem hopeless can ignite something in someone else: hope, courage, or even the willingness to confront their own difficulties. Without saying a word, you demonstrate what resilience looks like. You show them that it's possible to keep moving forward, even when the road is unclear. This silent witness doesn't require perfection. In fact, your vulnerability and authenticity can be even more impactful. People connect to the realness of your journey, the highs and lows, the successes and the missteps. It's in those raw, unfiltered moments that they see themselves, and in seeing themselves, they are reminded of their own potential. What makes this even more profound is that you might never know who's watching or how deeply your life is affecting them. It could be a friend, a family member, or even a stranger who draws strength from your story. Your silent witness creates ripples, influencing lives in ways that words often cannot. It reminds us all that our lives have meaning beyond what we can see, and that our actions, even in the quietest moments, hold the power to inspire transformation in others. Life has a way of positioning people in unexpected roles. And sometimes you are placed in someone's life to act as a catalyst for change. This role is not always easy or comfortable. It often means being the person who disrupts their complacency, challenges their perspective, or forces them to confront truths they might prefer to avoid. Yet this disruption is necessary, and it serves a greater purpose. When you live authentically, standing firm in your values, pursuing growth, and navigating challenges with integrity, you inevitably influence those around you. Your strength might highlight someone else's weakness. Your clarity might expose their confusion. Your resilience might force them to examine their own lack of effort. In this way, your presence alone can ignite a process of change, even if you don't set out to do so intentionally. Being a catalyst for change is not about imposing your will on others. It's about being true to yourself in such a way that others cannot remain unchanged. Sometimes this means pushing people out of their comfort zones, whether they like it or not. They might resist at first, and there might be tension or even conflict, but deep down they begin to reflect. Your actions, your choices, and your perseverance serve as a mirror, showing them what is possible and perhaps what they need to change in their own lives. This process is often challenging for you as well. Being the spark for someone else's transformation can come with misunderstandings, criticism, or even rejection. Yet these reactions are part of the change process. Growth is rarely comfortable, and your role as a catalyst might require you to endure discomfort for the sake of something greater. Over time, the impact of your influence becomes evident. You may notice subtle shifts in the way people think, act, or approach their lives, or you may never see the full extent of the transformation you sparked. But rest assured, your presence was significant. Change doesn't happen in isolation. And often it begins with someone like you, someone willing to live in such a way that others are inspired, challenged, or even compelled to do the same. Being a catalyst for change means playing a pivotal role in someone's transformation, even if that role is challenging or unrecognized at the time. Often it is your presence, your actions, or even your resistance to certain behaviors that cause others to rethink their own ways of living. You may not realize it in the moment, but the way you live and respond to situations can act as a spark that ignites growth or change in those around you. This influence doesn't always come in the form of grand gestures. Sometimes it's in the small, consistent ways you choose to live with integrity, pursue your goals, or handle adversity. People notice when you refuse to settle for less than what you're capable of, or when you confront difficult truths with courage. These actions challenge them, often silently, to examine their own choices and consider where they might need to change. Your growth exposes their stagnation, and your resilience can shine a light on areas where they may lack determination. However, being a catalyst for change can be an uncomfortable process for both you and the people involved. When you push someone, whether directly or indirectly, out of their comfort zone, it can create resistance or even conflict. People often cling to familiar patterns, even when those patterns no longer serve them, and your presence can disrupt that. This disruption, while necessary, may not be met with immediate gratitude. Instead, it might provoke discomfort or defensiveness, as change often begins with the pain of realizing something is no longer acceptable. Despite these challenges, your influence matters deeply. By living in alignment with your values and refusing to compromise on what you know is right, you create a ripple effect. Your strength and determination remind others of what they too are capable of achieving. You show them that growth is possible, even in the face of adversity, and that change, though difficult, can lead to something far greater. You might never hear a thank you or see the full outcome of the changes you inspire, but that doesn't diminish their importance. Growth is a process, and often the seeds you plant take time to flourish. Your role as a catalyst may be the beginning of someone else's transformation, and while you may not witness the final result, your contribution remains vital. Every moment you choose to lead by example, every time you rise above challenges, you pave the way for others to follow. In doing so, you remind them and yourself that the power to change lies within us all. Reflection and growth are inseparable aspects of personal transformation, and they often begin with the challenges and discomforts we face in life. When you take the time to look inward, to honestly evaluate your experiences and actions, you open the door to profound self-discovery. It's in these moments of reflection that you begin to uncover the lessons hidden within your struggles, the purpose behind your pain, and the opportunities for growth that might otherwise go unnoticed. Reflection requires honesty. It asks you to confront your mistakes, acknowledge your fears, and take responsibility for your choices. This isn't always easy, as it involves facing parts of yourself that you may prefer to ignore. But it is through this raw and unfiltered self-examination that you begin to understand who you are and where you need to go. Reflection provides clarity, allowing you to see patterns in your behavior, the impact of your decisions, and the areas in your life that need adjustment. Growth, on the other hand, is the action that follows reflection. Once you recognize what needs to change, you must take steps to evolve. Growth demands effort, discipline, and a willingness to embrace discomfort. It's about breaking old habits, adopting new mindsets, and pushing beyond your perceived limits. While reflection illuminates the path, growth is the journey itself, a journey that requires persistence and courage. What's remarkable is that this process is not limited to personal benefits. As you reflect and grow, you inevitably influence others. Your willingness to change sets an example, showing that transformation is possible and worth pursuing. It inspires those around you to examine their own lives, to reflect on their own challenges, and to strive for growth in their own way. Your journey becomes a silent encouragement, a reminder that self-improvement is not only achievable but also deeply rewarding. Reflection and growth also have a cyclical nature. As you grow, you gain new insights and perspectives that lead to further reflection. Each step forward opens new opportunities for learning and improvement. Over time, this continuous cycle shapes you into a stronger, wiser, and more resilient individual. It reinforces the understanding that life is not about avoiding challenges, but about using them as stepping stones to reach higher ground. In this ongoing process, you come to realize that your struggles and setbacks are not signs of failure, but opportunities for refinement. Every difficulty you face becomes a chance to learn more about yourself and to become better equipped for the future. Through reflection, you gain awareness, and through growth, you become the person you were always meant to be, someone capable of not only enduring life's challenges, but thriving in spite of them. The ripple effect is a powerful, often subtle force that demonstrates how our actions extend far beyond the immediate moment or our direct surroundings. Like a stone thrown into water, even the smallest acts can create waves that spread outward, affecting people, situations, and circumstances we might never even see. This is one of life's greatest truths. Nothing we do exists in isolation. Every decision, every word, every act of kindness or disregard sends ripples that influence others in ways we may never fully understand. When you choose to act with integrity, even in moments when no one is watching, you set a precedent. It might not seem like much in the moment, but your choices inspire those around you. Whether they acknowledge it or not, the people you interact with are impacted by the way you handle challenges, the way you treat others, and the way you choose to live your life. They see your resilience, and often without realizing it, they begin to adopt similar behaviors, beliefs, or attitudes. Your life becomes a model of what's possible, and in this way you become a silent guide for others on their own journeys. Even the smallest acts of kindness or compassion can create ripples that transform a person's day, outlook, or even their future. A kind word to someone who's struggling, a gesture of support in a time of need, or simply listening when others feel unheard can have lasting effects. These moments of connection can spark something profound in others, changing their perspective, encouraging them to act differently, or even motivating them to pay it forward. You may never see the fruits of these small gestures, but they carry weight. They impact people in ways that resonate long after the moment has passed. Similarly, negative actions also create ripples, though often less obvious in their impact. A harsh word, a careless judgment, or an unjust action can create waves of hurt and misunderstanding that spread far beyond the initial encounter. This ripple effect reminds us that our behavior has consequences, whether positive or negative. In moments when we choose anger, indifference, or negativity, we inadvertently perpetuate cycles that can harm others or breed more of the same in the world around us. What's truly remarkable is that the ripple effect often works in ways that are beyond our comprehension. You might never see the full scope of how your actions have influenced someone's life. They might take a lesson from you years later, act upon something you said in passing, or find inspiration from your journey long after they've moved on from the interaction. The reality is that every choice you make can have a lasting influence extending far beyond what you see or expect. The ripple effect is a reminder that life is interconnected. We are all part of a larger whole, and the energy we put out into the world, whether consciously or unconsciously, continues to reverberate through the lives of others. By living with awareness and purpose, we can shape those ripples to create positive change, knowing that even our smallest actions hold the potential to influence the course of someone else's life, often in ways that are far more profound than we could ever imagine. Life is full of twists and turns, and sometimes it feels like things happen by mere chance or coincidence. But when you step back and look at the bigger picture, you realize that everything is part of a divine strategy, carefully orchestrated for a purpose greater than you can immediately comprehend. The challenges you face, the people you encounter, and the circumstances you find yourself in aren't random. They are all designed to fulfill a higher purpose, whether that's your personal growth, the development of others, or the unfolding of a plan that you may not fully understand at the moment. Every difficulty you face, every trial you endure is a strategic step in a larger plan. It might not always seem fair or logical, but these experiences serve to shape and refine you. Just as an artist carefully molds a sculpture or a musician practices scales, God uses these moments to mold your character, prepare you for greater things, and position you in places where you can make a difference. You might question why certain events happen, but know that each setback, each hardship is a part of the divine strategy that is preparing you for something more significant. This strategy extends to the people who come into your life. Some are there to teach you important lessons, others to challenge you, and still others to show you what's possible. Some people may only stay for a season, while others will become lifelong companions. But all of them, whether they bring joy or pain, contribute to the divine plan. These encounters are not random, they are part of a greater design that unfolds in ways we often can't see in real time. They are meant to stretch you, teach you, and guide you toward fulfilling your purpose. It's also important to understand that you may be a part of someone else's divine strategy. Just as you are being positioned and prepared for greater things, so too are the people around you being shaped by your actions, your words, and your presence. You may be the instrument that God uses to guide them, challenge them, or offer them the lesson they need to grow. In this way, the divine strategy is not just about your journey, it's about how your path intersects with others and how together you all contribute to the unfolding of a bigger plan. In times of uncertainty, when you feel lost or overwhelmed, it's essential to trust that the divine strategy is at work. The pieces of your life may not fit together neatly at the moment, but just as a puzzle reveals its image only when all the pieces are in place, so too will your life reveal its purpose when the time is right. Trust in the process even when it's difficult to see the end goal. Know that God is aligning the circumstances, the people, and the experiences in your life for a reason, and even when things feel chaotic, everything is being used to prepare you for something greater. The beauty of the divine strategy is that it is not confined to a single moment or event. It's a long-term plan, a journey that unfolds over time, with each step, each decision, and each encounter contributing to the bigger picture. When you step into this understanding, you begin to see how each part of your life fits together, how even the struggles and the delays have purpose, and how everything is working in harmony to guide you toward your true destiny. All of it, every success, every failure, every joy, every sorrow is part of a plan that you are an integral part of, even if you don't yet fully understand it. Trust that God is at work and that His strategy is always leading you exactly where you need to go. Resilience is one of the most powerful qualities a person can possess, and it often becomes a testament to the strength of the human spirit. It's not just about bouncing back after a setback, it's about withstanding the pressures, challenges, and heartbreaks that life inevitably brings and continuing to move forward stronger and more determined. When life knocks you down, resilience is the force that drives you to rise again, even when everything inside you feels like it's giving up. It is in these moments of challenge, where the weight of the world seems unbearable, that your resilience is truly forged. What makes resilience so remarkable is that it's not simply an innate trait, it's something that is built through experience. Each hardship, every failure, and every painful moment you endure contributes to your capacity to endure. Over time, resilience becomes a reflection of your ability to learn from pain rather than be crushed by it. It's about embracing adversity as a teacher, understanding that each obstacle holds a lesson that, if learned, will only make you stronger. As you weather storms, your resilience becomes a testament not only to your endurance but to your growth. Your resilience also serves as a powerful testimony to others. People watch how you face difficulties, how you handle challenges, and how you rise again after being knocked down. In these moments, you become more than just a survivor, you become an inspiration. Your strength in the face of adversity speaks volumes to those who may be going through their own struggles. When others see you stand firm despite the storms, they are reminded that they too can endure. Your resilience becomes a living testimony that it is possible to overcome even the greatest of trials, and that pain does not have to define you. It does not break you, it refines you. In the same way, resilience reveals your character. When everything is stripped away and you are left standing amidst the wreckage, what you are made of becomes clear. Your true strength is revealed not in moments of comfort, but in times of struggle. Resilience is the foundation upon which your character is built, and it shows the world who you are at your core. It is the proof of your integrity, your courage, and your commitment to never giving up, no matter how hard the road may be. This ability to keep going, to endure and rise above, becomes a testimony not only to your inner strength, but also to the power of faith, hope, and perseverance. When you remain resilient through life's darkest moments, you send a message to the world that no matter how difficult the journey, there is always a way forward. It is a testament to the fact that every challenge holds the potential for transformation, and that even in the most difficult seasons, growth is happening. Resilience is not the absence of struggle, but the ability to continue despite it, to remain true to your purpose, and to carry on with a sense of hope and determination that others can look to as an example. Ultimately, your resilience is a living, breathing testimony that no matter what life throws at you, you can endure. It is the proof that no matter how deep the scars, they do not define you. The way you rise again and again to face life's challenges is the true reflection of your strength. And this resilience, more than anything, is what leaves an indelible mark on the world around you, inspiring others to rise and to keep moving forward, just as you have. In the end, resilience is more than just a response to hardship. It is a declaration of who you are and what you stand for. It is the unwavering conviction that no matter the circumstances, you will rise, you will endure, and you will continue to move forward. Each challenge you face becomes an opportunity to build the strength and character that define your journey. Your resilience is a testament not only to your own growth, but also to the power of perseverance in a world that often feels unpredictable and unfair. So remember this: every setback, every moment of struggle is not the end of the road, but the beginning of your transformation. Your ability to stand strong in the face of adversity, to keep pushing forward when everything seems to be against you, sends a message to the world. It shows that your spirit is unbreakable and that you are a force to be reckoned with. You are not defined by the hardships you face, but by the strength with which you rise above them. Never underestimate the power of your resilience. It has the power to inspire, to heal, and to transform not only your life, but the lives of those around you. Your journey, your strength, and your refusal to quit will echo far beyond what you can see, leaving a legacy of hope and courage for generations to come. Keep going, because your best is yet to come.